Viewers, Ruto has not yet paid for the AFCON 2027 bid. So remember, AFCON 2027 bid ilikuwa inafanywa na Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. So Uganda and Tanzania have paid their bid for the AFCON 2027. But it seems Ruto, with all you is inaendelea Kenya na the looting happening in Kenya na the infrastructure fund yenye wamepata 109 billion, Ruto has not yet paid our share for the AFCON 2027. So I just want you to know that, because Ruto asipolipa inamaanisha the right to AFCON 2027 itakuwa imetolewa kwa sisi. So remember that we were to host it, three countries were to host the AFCON 2027, and Kenya was supposed to pay $30 million to the Confederation of Africa Football for that bid. So the deadline ya kulipa hii AFCON 2027 bid ni March 30th. So 10 days from now, the president and the sports docket should have paid this money to the Confederation of African Football, CAF, but Kenya haijalipa paka sahi. Remember, the other countries have paid. So viewers, I want us to talk about what happens if Kenya does not pay this money by March 30th. Remember, we have a stadium wenye walipeana infrastructure bond ya 45 billion. The Talanta Stadium, which is being built now, and is being built now specifically for AFCON 2027. Naruto ni kama bado wajalipa pesa ya AFCON, which is $30 million. So to just put it into perspective, $30 million is about 3.9 billion Kenya shillings. So 3.9 billion shillings need to be paid to the Confederation of African Football, CAF, so that that bid can now be confirmed. So what happens if Kenya does not pay this money? Viewers, welcome to One Bold Brain. My name is Omar Brian. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, finya notification so that tukitoa video kila wakati unaweza kuipata, and remember to share our videos with your friends, because we bring you daily analysis on politics and what is happening in the country. So what will happen if Kenya does not pay this money? Number one, it will lose its hosting rights. Remember, if Kenya loses its hosting rights, that means that our Talanta Stadium, which we built for 45 billion, and we are supposed to pay 145 billion for that stadium over 15 years, inamaanisha will not have utilized that opportunity for that stadium, because we want that stadium to be used so that it can generate some money, which will also help in offsetting these infrastructure bonds, which are semi-annually. Hizi bonds zikianza kulipwa zitakuwa zinalipwa after every 6 months. So we need a stadium that can be able to generate revenue, and AFCON is the best way for the country to also generate revenue, and also it's also the best time for the country to be able to open up trade, because many people will be coming into the country. There will be many things happening. Hotel will benefit, other training facilities, the country also. So it's a good thing for the country, but Kenya must pay the 3.9 billion by March 30th. The second thing that will happen if we do not pay it by then, itakuwa will be downgraded into the co-host arrangement. Remember, games are usually shared among the three countries. So as usual, Kenya will be getting the best games. But what will happen if we do not pay by March 30th? They may decide that maybe Tanzania gets the final, the semis, and the quarters, the best of those, and we get the other remaining games which are not as good as what the other countries are getting. Remember, if you host the final like we did in the other CECAFA, in the other AFCON of African countries, it was good because we did the final, we did the semi here in Kenya, and it was a good thing for Kenya to do, because it also exposes the country to tourism and other things. Number 3, it damages its credibility with CAF. Remember, CAF ikupatia hii kitu hosting, ukiwin hosting bid, and then you cannot be able to host inamaanisha in future, then CAF will not award you anything in future, because umeonyesha that you cannot be able to host anything. And I think Ruto and his government need to make sure that this 3.9 billion inapatikana, because Kenya are being taxed, and it's something that they knew was coming. So I hope that vile anataka State House iongezwe 17 billion, hiyo 17 billion ya State House, instead of State House kutoka 4 billion kwenda 17 billion, that money should be used to pay the CAF. 3.9 billion from that State House budget yenye anataka kuongeza inafaa iende CAF, so that Kenya can be able to get this AFCON 2027. Juu tayari washa borrow infrastructure loan ya 45 billion yenye inajenga Talanta Stadium. So we need to get some money in from that stadium so that it can start repaying what the bonds have generated. So Ruto and his government, you need to do better, because this thing need to be paid before March 30th. And I know you are doing something about it, but you need to pay it because inaonekana mbaya. Because Uganda and Tanzania washalipa. And also, AFCON kukuja Kenya, it will be good for us as Kenya, because hosting countries wanapatanga direct ticket, so we'll be in it. And it will also be a good opportunity for our young players to showcase their talent, so that they can be able also to get some transfers from Europe countries and other countries that are doing well in football. So viewers, I want you to give me your comment on what do you think. Why is the government not paying this 3.9 billion? Kama State House inaitisha 17 billion ya kunywa tu chai, iongezewe, inamaanisha money is there. So the problem is not the money, the problem is that people in charge wanataka vitu zingine zifanywe kwanza zenye ziko important as this AFCON bid, which themselves decided to bid for. Si ati tuliwalazimisha ama tuliwaambia, waliamua wenyewe ku bid for it na wakapewa, so they need to do their bit. Viewers, leave a comment and tell me what do you think about this. And this is One Goal Brain. Remember to subscribe, like and share, and hit that notification bell so that whenever we post a video you get a notification.